Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Expert says 1 month will change your life forever. Predicts XRP to rise to $27. Okay guys, let's get into it. So, the analyst in question here is Y Crypto. Now, look, I'll say this. Obviously, a lot of people are unsure as to what's going on right now with the market. Are we still in a bull run? Are we not? You know, what's really happening? And I covered a video not so long ago with regards to the whole, the Trump basically pump and dump, because that's essentially what it seemed like to me. And it seemed like to me that there was some insider trading going on. And so I will say this, I do think like if the markets are going to be manipulated to a high degree like that, who knows how that could affect the chart structures, that could have an impact. But I will say this, and I said this before when it first happened, if you was to ask me what's going on, I would say we're still in a bull run. I don't think anything has changed at this point to that degree. This is just going by what I see with a lot of analysts talking and things like that. So this isn't, I'm not a chart analyst myself, so this is just my personal speculation based on people who I look at, in terms of analysts and things like that. This is just my personal speculation, so please understand I don't know the future. I have no idea. But the one thing I will say is, if you was to look at XRP, let's say 6 months ago being around $2 and hanging around like, $2 roughly, maybe going down to like $1.80 and stuff like that, but still managing to hang around $2, that was a dream case scenario. Right, so it shows you the difference of what time can do, because that was a dream case scenario, and now people are looking at XRP at $2 and thinking the sky is falling, right? Like it's like, oh my god, what's going on? Because they're used to now seeing it at roughly around $3, right? So they're waiting for that, like, that final push to see where it goes. So I do understand it, I completely do get it, but you have got to understand, like, guys, look at where we've come from. Look at where we've come from, guys. Like, we was around like 30 cents, 50 cents at some points, like for years, literally years around that. And we're now like hanging around $2 just casually, even when there's big drops. That's incredible. Like, we're not seeing the big lows that we were seeing before. Like, it does seem like, seeing XRP at like under $1, it seems like that might be gone now. It might be that we don't see that anymore. Possibly, it's seeming that way. And so for me, like, I'm still optimistic that overall we are going to get the bull run. As I've said to you guys before, I haven't sold any XRP right now. I haven't, not at all, because I do believe there's still more to go. Will I be wrong? Who knows? I can't say for sure, but that's my conviction. I still believe that we're in the bull run as it stands, and I still believe that we're going to get the big all-season rally. So I'm telling you what I think. And look, there's a lot of stuff going on now with XRP, a lot of factors that can impact the price. You've got Franklin Templeton, who filed for an XRP ETF. I hope you understand how big Franklin Templeton really are. Like, that's a big deal. Please understand that. You're talking like the BlackRock levels and stuff like that. That kind of deal with those guys. So there's a lot of things happening. I think there's been a total of like 9 ETFs filed, and I know there's been like a slight delay by the SEC in regards to giving an answer to these ETFs, but I'm not concerned in that regard. Like, we can see that the SEC now are pro crypto. Like, that's pretty clear to see. So I do not in any way think that this is them changing their tune or in any way trying to hinder the crypto space. I think the most likely thing I would assume is that they're waiting for the SEC chair to come in. That's what I would assume. I don't know for sure, but that's what I would assume. But do I have any kind of worry that them pausing, like delaying the answer to give to these ETF filings is in any way like negative, or in any way them trying to be difficult with crypto or anything like that? I do not. I just don't see it. I really don't. They've been dropping lawsuits left, right, and center. Like every lawsuit that I can see that's been going on has been dropped. So why would they then do that to then still be, difficult with the ETFs? To me, that just doesn't make no sense. So I think that's going to be absolutely fine. XRP just showing incredible strength, like, during these big dips and stuff like that. Like, XRP has just been, comfortably hanging around the $2 region, which is really great support because, guys, let's be real. If we go back to like a year or so ago, XRP was struggling to maintain like 50 cents. It'd slip back down to 30 cents and then get to 40 cents and slip back down, and sometimes get to like 60 cents and then slip back down to 40 cents. Like that was the kind of ranges that we were dealing with. So looking at this and seeing how much it's maintaining strength now, like it's outperforming Bitcoin, guys. Like this is where we're at. Like this is where we're at. So to me, it looks like it's still going to happen. I hope no like big manipulation really does affect the bull run, because obviously that would be immensely frustrating. But from what I can see and from what I've looked at from chart analysts and things like that, they all say that everything still is in play. So that's my assumption too. Like I don't look at these numbers right now and look like it's been impacted to a point where I think it's completely over. But we will see. But as I've been saying to you guys before, with everything that's going on with XRP now, when I was looking at XRP as a price target, right, I was being really conservative with my, my aims of what I want to get XRP to before I start selling some, right? And the reason being is because I just didn't want to miss out, because it's hard to time the market. It's basically impossible. So I didn't want to be thinking, okay, I'm going to wait till it gets to the absolute top and then sell, because if I miss the top or it doesn't get to what they think the top will be, then I miss out, right? And then I've not made any money, or I make a massive loss. Well, not a loss, but I don't make as much money as I could have had I've like just had a price target to stick to. But I see all these things that's going on with XRP now. And, like even just, for example, the relationship that Brad Garlinghouse has with Donald Trump. Like I look at those kind of things and what that could do for XRP overall long term. And I'm like, man, like, maybe these numbers like $27 and stuff like that, maybe those are a lot more realistic now. $27 this cycle. I was saying it could, but for me, I was thinking that was more like the high end, right? That's more like, if it gets to that, we've done incredibly well. But I do start to look at like these numbers now and think maybe it could go higher than $27. Like I don't know for sure, but like with everything that's going on, I do start to question like maybe I'm being way too reserved with what I'm thinking, because there's a lot of stuff going on with XRP now. Everything's changed. Like if you'd have asked me this, like 6 months ago, I'd have said, yeah, $27 on the high end, kind of thing. But now I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. Like maybe $27 is, an easy hit, and we should be thinking higher. Now, time will tell what actually happened. So please understand, as I've said earlier, this is just my speculation. But there's a lot of things happening for XRP for it to do incredibly well this cycle. Like the amount of momentum XRP's got now, it's amazing. And the exposure it's getting, like Donald Trump has mentioned XRP. He put it first when he was talking about the strategic reserve, right? Like it was crazy. Like, you've got Patrick Bet-David, who's now done a video about XRP. Like you've got like huge celebrities and the president talking about this kind of, talking about this asset. Like, is that not going to make people want to, get involved? Is that not going to want to drive people to it? And this isn't even factoring like utility things, like regulations. If regulations come through soon, and then institutions are getting involved and stuff like that, from a utility aspect, it could get like a lot more action. So there's a lot of stuff going on for XRP. So guys, look, all I will say is I don't know for sure what is going to happen. But when I do see these types of targets now, if the bull run is still in play, do I think that $27 is possible? For one, first and foremost, it's plausible anyway. Like even before all this stuff was going on, $27 for this market cycle, it was always plausible. But for now, it's more like, is this likely? That's the question. Is it likely? And I do have to question, like, is it? Maybe it is. Like maybe that is actually a lot more likely. So I'm really excited for XRP at this point. I've said it before, but this is the most excited I've ever been for XRP than I ever have been as a holder. Like everything is just in place for XRP now, and I can't see how XRP won't do well. Like sky's the limit, man. But yes, $27. I mean, what do you guys think? 1 month, in just 1 month, we could maybe hit $27. Would you be happy with $27, or are you thinking higher, or are you thinking it's that's way too high? You think it's going to be lower? I was always being conservative. But, I do look at $27 now as a lot more, I think it's a lot more likely than I would have said it before. I'm not sure, but I think it's definitely plausible. A lot more plausible, than I would have said originally. I'd be happy with $27, 100%. I'd be over the moon with that. So, we'll see how it goes. But just let me know your thoughts, guys, because I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.